What up, y'all? You tuned in to the 52 Scott Podcast. Welcome to this edition of Black Friday. I'm your host, Slash, and with me I got Comedian 96, K Money, and Freddie G. Together, we the Mind of Men. Don't forget to like and subscribe, plus follow us on Twitter, 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. All right, welcome back to Black Friday. Got another great topic for you today. So last week we talked about Black Wall Street. This week we got to kind of stay along the same line because it's about black-owned everything. And when I mean black-owned everything, I mean so far in America, we as black people have been able to succeed in all areas of the world: entertainment, politics, manufacturing, or even being developers, engineers. We've been able to accomplish some things in a short amount of time, that's on a major level that other cultures were already given. So we fought our way from, bad times such as slavery and, a lot of other stuff, segregation. And we've made it to where we've been able to own, big corporations or be CEOs of big corporations or even the president of the United States. We've made it there, and that's the highest title or highest position you can hold in the United States of America. We've made it there. And I'm sure we'll be there once again. But again, black-owned everything. I kind of want to talk about, now this is something from a while back. I don't know if y'all heard of C.R. Patterson and Sons. Well, it was the first and only black-owned automobile company in the United States, which was founded in 1893 by Charles Richardson Patterson. This man was born into slavery. That's why I say, for us, we've had what terms of endearment, rough spots, rough times, and trying to get to the greater sides of life. We had to do something better. This man came from slavery and created his own, the first automobile company.
Did he also own a moving company? The first, I thought he was the first black-owned moving company as well. It might be the wrong CR though.
Well, this is Patterson. The last name is Patterson.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It could be. I mean, very well true what you say. If it may have been something else, but I don't think this is the same guy.
The same guy. Yeah.
But however, his son, Frederick Douglass Patterson, later produced the company's first automobile.
Oh. Nice.
So he's actually in 1915, and you can imagine they first started out with horse and buggy.
Yeah, of course.
That's what their automobile was back then. So the carriages and stuff like that. Just so y'all can get a general understanding of how far back I'm going with this car business. This was before motor cars. This was horse and buggy. C.R. Patterson. Frederick Patterson created the first automobile.
Gotcha.
That was actually an automobile, which was called Patterson's Greenfield automobile. Don't know what it looked like. They never showed no pictures, but I'm guessing it's one of the ones with the little wagon wheels.
The little wagon wheel, the thin car, yeah.
And the little motor might lift up on both sides in the front, not just in the front, but it probably lift. But they was doing their thing, Now, the only thing that slowed them down, even by them being pioneers of the automobile game very early, there were larger companies, and they struggled with mass production. They couldn't produce the cars as fast as Ford could, or as fast as Chevrolet could, or whoever else was around at that time. So that kept them in a certain position to where they couldn't hire the people to create. They couldn't pay for the machines to
do it,
to make these motors and tires or whatever the machines have to make. They couldn't afford that, But of course, eventually we'd rise from that. Now, current time, that was back in the 1900s, 1893, 1915 era. Current times, I want to talk about this one guy. I don't know if y'all know this electric vehicle manufacturer in Atlanta, Georgia, Derrick Automotive. Now, this is a black-owned electric vehicle maker.
I need to look that up. I didn't know.
And that's why I think I'm talking about that, because everybody need to think about it. Because right now, the one guy who's making the electric cars and own everything, why are we still buying stuff over there?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I think here at the 52 Scott podcast, we are on black businesses. You know what I mean? We gonna work with black businesses. We'll even promote your black businesses if y'all leave us a comment, and we'll send you details on how to get your company promoted right here on the 52 Scott podcast. Anything black goes here. You know what I mean? So Derek Automotive, of course, was a black company, black man, leading his company into, electric cars. He's got something called the Exceeder. It's a truck kind of base, of course, electric. But what he's offering with these electrical cars is a cheaper running cost.
The battery.
Lower operation cost.
I hope so. That battery is the one they need to really concentrate on.
And that is the part you're right, because the batteries of an electric car is gonna drive you out your house.
Use 3,500.
You feel what I mean? Yeah. And depending on how many your car needs, because if I'm not mistaken, the Tesla needs more than one, right? Does the Tesla run on more than one battery, or is it several?
You know what? I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. But that would make a lot of sense because, like I said, a used battery is $3,500.
Right.
That means if you got to get a new, they're upwards to $15,000 to $60,000.
Yeah.
That's a car.
Yeah.
That's
it
a car.
Sure is.
And when we get into the stage where 2035, 14 states are going mandatory electric.
Yeah.
So that's only 10 years from now.
And that's to decrease on pollution. I'm guessing carbon
air
monoxide
pollution.
or whatever
Yeah,
goes
air
in
pollution.
the air. Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense. Now, and just being totally honest, would y'all switch to an electric car?
Not at this time for me, no.
Yeah.
But I actually had the privilege of riding. This was about 2-3 weeks ago, in the new BMW, the 740 whatever the hell.
It's like a block.
745.
the
745.
Yeah.
It was a big one. Fully electric.
Yeah.
It gets up
Quiet.
to very quiet.
Yeah.
Man, the speed, like
Immediate.
as soon as he pressed the pedal,
Boom. It's there.
gone.
Yeah.
Like felt like a spaceship.
Yeah.
And very quiet. No engine. And it got up to like 300 and something miles per full charge.
Okay, so for 300 something miles,
We're
you can
talking
ride
about-
before having to charge it up again.
Yeah, probably like from here to Austin or here to San Antonio or something like that.
That's the only one downfall I think for me, because eventually, if you're traveling across state, you're gonna have to stop.
El Paso.
You're gonna have to stop.
That's 3 stops,
And right. And how long does it take
I asked him
to
that.
charge?
I asked him that, and he was telling me that because he got a charger at his home, too. It's kind of like that's mandatory for the most part. You got to have that little charger thing in your house. And he was like, it take about 30, 40 minutes to charge.
I seen
now, I wouldn't want that because if I'm going to stop to get some gas somewhere, you get your gas, 5 minutes, and you gone.
Right.
Well, you got to stand and get your vehicle charged for 30, 40 minutes for full charge.
Mind you, it's hot outside.
Yep.
So you got to sit in there.
Then on top of that, this is where I'm ignorant at. This was a BMW I had an opportunity to ride in.
Yeah.
But the only charging stations I've ever seen was Tesla.
True.
So I'm trying to figure out,
Are they all?
can you use your BMW on a Tesla charge? I'm like ignorant to I don't know. I've
I'm
never
glad you
seen
mentioned that.
any other charging stations.
I've seen other charging stations. Because Buc-ee's have a lot of places now are equipping.
Yeah, with the charging station.
Yeah, with the charging station. But like you said, majority of them that you see are Teslas.
Yeah.
Right.
But you will see some if you pay attention to that. I believe it's like a universal charger, to where any electric car can charge at this station.
Okay.
I
Now
can't.
you mentioned Buc-ee's, and you're right, and so, but here's the thing though, and I'm just using Buc-ee's as an example. The only time you see a Buc-ee's is when you're on the highway,
When you're traveling.
and when you're traveling
In Texas.
So, and in Texas, and Buc-ee's are few and far in between.
Facts.
Can you imagine?
So you got to stop. So I'm sure that's like a designated charging space. But what if your route doesn't have these charging designated charging
yeah,
areas?
like
What do
you're on a
Yeah.
long distance road trip.
Well, that means you're gonna have to Google where you're going and make sure they have a charging port.
So yeah, you got to go. You got to map your route.
Yeah.
Well,
to
these
where
cars will
charging-
automatically do that, though.
Oh, they'll find a
The
charger?
cars
Oh,
will
they'll find
automatically
it.
map
Oh,
the
okay.
route, and it'll show you different locations where you can charge up at.
So that sounds to me that your route could be potentially longer. Your trip could be
Yeah.
potentially
Yeah.
longer
depending
than
on where that charging station
depending
is,
on
it
because it'll
possibly
take
could.
you on a route to
To
where
get
your
to it.
charging station.
Yeah.
Some-
and so your trip is longer.
Yeah, some of these cars have gas. It can transfer to gas as well. But I was just thinking, because one time before I knew about Vita, Texas, and went on, one time I stopped to get gas there. I didn't know what was going on. Could you imagine having to stay there 30, 40 minutes to charge your car in Vita, Texas?
Mad and scared.
Yeah, man. Looking around, what'll be the longest 30 minutes of your life, boy?
Now, there is another black-owned vehicle manufacturing company, which is called Innoson, which is Innoson, and this is in Nigeria. It's the first automaker founded by Innocent, what is that, Chukwuma, in 2007. So over in Nigeria, they've been working on electrical cars, and this is information that we don't have because it's in another country. But I think
Yeah,
it's
we
important because these are black people, and anything black again here at the 52 Scott goes. Black is black, and black is not whack. So, we going to do some blackness, We are about the blackness. Okay, Mims Motors also black owned, which is based in Detroit.
Detroit, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I heard of Mims.
And they do the eco-friendly cars and luxury, vehicles. I've seen this before. Tryon supercars. That is, now founded by, listen to this, Rich Patterson, that aims for the high-end supercar market. Now, you remember when I first started,
C.R. Patterson.
I was talking about C.R. Patterson. So you see where this is going. This has been trickled down through the family to where they started off with horse and buggy. Now those luxury BMWs and Benzes, the show cars that never touch, that you see, and they make these. I've seen the Benzes where the wheels turn and then the car is damn near hover type of car. The wheels are turning, it'll slide out the parking spot sideways.
What?
So these supercars, there's an actual thing that you can go to if you're on social media where they have supercars, and this is what they're talking about here. But that was founded by Rich Patterson, which I'm quite sure is kin to the C.R. Patterson and the other Patterson, which was Frederick Douglass Patterson. But this is just years and years of. They started in 18-something, and here it is, 2000.
2000.
And these people been doing this, man. So I think that's a great honor for black people, to be doing it like that, man.
They kept it in the family for centuries.
Right.
Yes.
Now, even here in Houston, we have a lot of dealerships that's owned by black people. We have a lot of popular black car dealerships that's owned by black people. We got Blackjack Town Car Service, and they just a car service. They open 24 hours. But this is owned by black people. They 4 or 5 star. If you need a ride somewhere, boom, they come and get you. These are black people doing this. And I think it's very important, man. And it's a lot of different types of black businesses, but I'm just kind of focusing on a few that we never really, talk about. So you have HTX Black Car, and that's a black car chauffeur service that's owned by black people, of course. A used car dealership with 3-star rating base, which is Southern Pre-Owned, which is owned by black people. I think it's important that we, continue to lift our black businesses, because if we don't do it, nobody else gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Now I just kind of want to skip over to some other stuff now. Still black owned. That's also amazing. That you never really hear of. It's only a few black people that does it, but black bank owners.
Yeah, those are far.
Far few
well,
between.
actually, I'm glad you said that, Slash. We have more black banks than people will realize.
Then we know exactly.
Now, just in Texas alone, there's 4, and one of them is in Houston.
Yeah. What is it? Unity.
Unity National Bank.
Unity National. Yeah.
And
It's over there on what's the name of that street?
Blodgett.
Blodgett. Yeah, it's on Blodgett.
Blodgett.
And actually,
Live
rest in peace to Mayor Sylvester Turner. He used to kind of help them out, or help the black community get involved with this bank and sign different. Because at one point he had all of the Houston rappers, get a bank account at this actual bank, which I think kind of helped on the promotion of this bank. But what's really important is that these are black people. Now, why most of us don't bank with black companies can be something else. Now, I don't know what the rates are, but I know that the rates can be different when there's a smaller bank as opposed to a corporate-wide bank.
Yep.
So your interest fees are going to be more expensive at a smaller bank. So I think that's one reason why it's not as popular to black people to bank with black banks, because the money is it costs you more to deal with them. Now, that's not hate, because we can't afford it right now. But a message to the black bank owners. That's it right there. Bring that number down just a little bit. Bring that number down and let more black people be able to afford to bank with you.
Exactly.
And we may be able to make a difference some kind of way.
That doesn't just go for banks. I've noticed, like I told you during COVID, my sister's black owned. She wanted to get all her herbs and stuff from this black owned place over in South Park here in Houston. And it was well overpriced. Doubled, almost triple on some of the things they wanted.
It is.
So even though I love to support my black people, I'm still looking for a deal. I'm sorry. I'm always looking for a deal. It doesn't matter. Black, white, Chinese, Asian, it doesn't matter. I want a deal. Everybody is looking for a deal. We don't want to play nothing and be overpriced.
Never.
Yes.
But eventually that happens, you know, and unfortunately when you dealing with these smaller branch banks, you're going to pay a little more.
Right.
Or your investment may charge you a little more on the back end, because of it's not a big corporation, and I'm sure the money's insured, but there's probably not as much insurance there as it is with a larger branch bank, like our Chase banks and Wells Fargo, Bank of Americas, and stuff like that. A lot of people bank with them because of the price. It's cheaper to bank with them. Now, Sheena Allen is the founder and CEO of Capway, a digital black targeting millennials and Gen Z. So she's created a system, I'm guessing, for the younger generation to bank with. And that's really smart if you can get them to do that.
Yeah.
Now, I think she would have to be on social media a lot promoting this, because that's where they are. A lot of them that are working, they go to work and they're going to bank with 9 times out of 10 the bank that they bank with. Some of them. Yeah. Or you're going to bank with one of the more familiar names, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo.
Yep.
These people that we mentioned earlier. But she created something for the millennials and Gen Z, and hopefully that they can get something out of it. Now, y'all do know Killer Mike, right?
Yeah.
Sir.
Okay, now he's a co-founder of Greenwood, a black-owned fintech firm partnering with traditional banks to offer banking accounts.
Nice.
And what that means is he's the forefront man that'll go out and say, hey, I can help you get a bank account, at such and such. I'm guessing it's going to be interest rates, involved in that. And I'm guessing he's helping those who don't have the knowledge or don't have the means of knowing what to do banking. So I'm guessing this will be the younger generation also that he would reach, which I think is a good idea. Kevin Cohey, chairman of CEO of One United Bank, the largest black-owned and FDIC-insured bank in the U.S., is ran and chairman and CEO by a black man. So Freddie G, like you said, there are a lot of different black institutes that are,
Yeah, we just don't hear about them. And just real quick, like in the state of Alabama, they have 3. Arkansas have 1. California have 1. The District of Columbia have 3. Florida has 1. Georgia has 2. Illinois has 1. Indiana has 1. Kansas has 1. Kentucky has 1. Louisiana has 1. Maryland has 5.
These are a number of black banks.
Yep.
and that's in Maryland. But Maryland got the black. Don't they have like the black mayor in Maryland?
I don't know if I know
the
at one
governor.
point they had
The governor.
They have the
Yeah,
governor.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I meant.
and Massachusetts have 1. So there's several, man. Michigan has 2. Minnesota has 1. Mississippi has 3. Missouri has 1. Montana has 1. And you don't think no black folks
They live in Montana. I don't know nobody
And
from
New
Montana.
Jersey has 3. New York has 3. North Carolina has 2. Ohio has 3. Oklahoma has 1. Pennsylvania has 2. South Carolina has 3. Tennessee has 3. And I mentioned earlier, Texas have 4. Virginia has 4. And Wisconsin has 1.
Yeah. And
So
see,
there's several.
it's a lot of them, but the key about all of these places, so these institutions face significant challenges throughout history, including economic downturns and system discriminations. You know what I'm saying? When you have black people in these powerful spots like that, you know for a fact there's some other cultures that don't like to see that, and that's kind of what happened with Black Wall
Black
Street.
Wall
Yeah.
Street, yep.
So it's important for us to know our history, to know where we're going. If it makes sense, we got to know where we came from in order to know where we're going. See, a lot of us go in the wrong direction because we don't know this information. We don't know that blacks can be successful.
Yeah, this is a lot of good information, man, because I wasn't even aware that we had as many as you
Well,
just mentioned, Freddie G.
And let me also add too. So, a lot of those that I mentioned, although I lumped them in as banks, a lot of them are credit unions.
Well, I mean, it's still
And that's still
financial
good.
institution.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
financial
So,
institution.
yeah, but credit union
Yeah,
banks.
it's all the same. If it's somewhere where I can go and I can put money in and pull money out.
Well, the
you know.
FDIC insured part, I don't think some credit unions.
Credit
are
unions
not
aren't. No, they're not.
FDIC, that's the thing. You
But-
got $5 million, and even with a bank, if you got $5 million, you only if FDIC insured for $1 million, and something happened to that bank, you
Well,
only get one,
only get
and you
one.
had 5.
The credit unions, maybe not the FDIC insured, but they help you quicker
Yes, yeah, it's
with
a
certain
lot more
stuff.
benefits.
Yeah, it's
A lot
more benefits credit wise.
Yeah,
When you're dealing with
Way
them,
more
they
benefits
can
than
help
a
you
credit
get
union.
things that you can't get with other banks.
Yep.
So a lot of people choose to use the credit unions, which is not a bad idea. But yeah, it's a lot of different black-owned businesses, but the black banks and black car makers, I think, was very important. And that brings me to my black fact that you can't take back. And I'm going to keep this one simple. I'm going to make this black fact about the Patterson family, C.R. Patterson and Sons, and the other parts of his family who actually created, automobiles, thinking of ways for us to get places. You know what I'm saying? Transportation. Because guess what, man? Being transportation for anybody can make you a better person in a sense to where if I can help you get somewhere, then that makes me a better me. I want y'all to come back Monday and check out Music Monday. It's going to be live. So that's going to do it for this episode of Black Friday. Hit that like button and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Scott Podcast. On Twitter, @52 Scott Podcast. Check us out on Monday for Music Mondays. See y'all then.
So all them artificial man